This is the NBC 6 News at 6.
It is amazing to see how destructive and how surgical and the intensity of a tornado.
First at 6 o'clock, Governor Charlie Crist is handling the first natural disaster since taking office, responding to Friday's deadly tornadoes that ripped through parts of central Florida. Residents are finally returning to what's left of their homes, the twisters cutting a 40-mile path of destruction. Now, here's the latest tonight. President Bush has now declared 4 counties in central Florida as disaster areas. That paves the way for federal aid. At least 20 people have been killed, though, but officials warn that number could rise. Today, Governor Crist, along with officials from FEMA, got an aerial view of that devastation. Steve Litz is live at the Lady Lake Mobile Home Park. That's one of the hardest hit areas with the latest tonight. And Steve, I understand this tornado actually affected people who live here locally, right?
Yeah, Joel, we have learned that, in fact, one of the persons who was killed inside this park was from Margate. Patricia Bevere, Joel, was her name, lived in Margate. We understand she recently retired here. She was 66 years old. You're getting a look at this mobile home park. You see that home right there was actually lifted off its foundation and dropped there. There are some homes inside this park which are intact. Many, though, are completely destroyed. From the buzz of the chainsaws to the hum of the tractors, cleanup and recovery are underway in Central Florida. Former chief of the Miami-Dade Fire Rescue and current FEMA director David Paulison toured the affected areas on Saturday along with top Florida elected officials.
This is not something that one entity can do. It's not something that FEMA can do alone. It's not something the state can do alone. It's neighbor helping neighbor.
We know that this doesn't end today. The cameras will go away and the attention will be focused elsewhere. There will be, still people will be hurting. And that's the long-term recovery that it's going to take in this area.
Officials say about 1,500 homes are severely damaged or completely destroyed. The damage estimate is at $80 million. 50 people were hurt in Friday's storms. Yes, there is a lot of damage. There's a lot of help, too. Doug Gondera and about 20 of his church friends set up their mobile kitchen on the side of a road. Anybody who's hungry is welcome.
No politics, no red tape, no federal assistance, just all from the heart.
The Lady Lake Church of God has been a focal point for this community. It's completely ruined, and people involved in the cleanup effort are literally climbing the trees. Susan Lynn, the pastor's wife, told me Sunday services will happen.
We've had churches all over the community offer us their facilities, but we're going to secure a location to meet temporary till we rebuild.
And about 15 minutes ago, surveyors with the National Weather Service were over here. They were assessing the damage. Their preliminary finding, they told me, is that 3 tornadoes touched down in this region, one of them categorized as an F3 with winds as high as 160 to 165 miles an hour. We're in Lake County, Florida tonight. I'm Steve Litz, NBC 6.
And when those tornadoes were bearing down on Central Florida, you could hear the fear in people's voices when they dialed 911 for help.
Are you injured? No, I'm trying to get people inside. There's a bunch of kids. There's a boy here bleeding. I don't know how bad. There's people screaming over here.
Calm down. We already have people coming out there. You have somebody that's heard where you are, right?
Wow, well, that weather system that spawned those deadly tornadoes in Central Florida is now here in South Florida, but thankfully in a much weaker form. Meteorologist John Gerard's here to tell us what that means for us and, of course, what does it mean for Super Bowl?
Yeah, well, I tell you what, a couple of days ago, in fact, backing up about a week ago, Joel, some of the long-range computer models were actually predicting a major weather event somewhere in Florida. We thought maybe perhaps South Florida. Turned out to be Central Florida, unfortunately for those folks there. But that storm system seems to have lost most of its punch, most of its energy. The front itself is actually through South Florida now. However, we're going to continue to see the clouds and the showers. So we still have rain showers in North Florida, showers over Central Florida as well, and a few spotty showers across parts of South Florida. It's a rather large but much weaker system right now, but fortunately no severe storms anywhere across the state. We are shrouded in clouds across the entire state right now, and these clouds are going to be with us right through Super Bowl Sunday, and in fact, rain showers will start moving back in again later on tonight and tomorrow, which means my Super Bowl 41 forecast not looking that great. Might want to pack a poncho. Showers, breezy weather, 74 degrees. Looks like the Bears and the Colts might be playing on a bit of a wet track tomorrow out at the stadium. Back with my full 6-day forecast in just a few minutes, Joel.
Okay, thanks, John. We have a lot more information and resources about tornadoes on NBC6.net. You can actually find the latest video of Friday's damage, plus a Tornado Interactive with Paul Diano and NBC6 storm specialist Jim Lachine. It's all at NBC6.net. All you have to do is click on top stories. All right, let's talk about some happier news now. Super Bowl 41, just about 24 hours away. Taking a live look now from Chopper 6, where, wow, take a look at that. It's already a hectic scene down there on South Beach. Traffic is shut down on many streets. Parking spaces are full, and the streets now full with people. Somehow Carlos Figueroa, though, found a place to park. He's there now with more on what's happening on South Beach tonight. Hey, Carlos.
Hey, Joel, but driving around here is a near impossibility. We got lucky. We didn't really know about the media parking over here on South Beach, but we finally found it, but it was very difficult to get around and maneuver this. You know, the worst traffic conditions were actually yesterday, but that's because of a traffic accident on the Julia Tuttle. But authorities tell us tonight, and it is common sense, that as it gets a little darker tonight, it is going to get much worse as far as traffic is concerned on this Super Bowl Eve. From Chopper 6, a bird's eye view of the early bird traffic, but expected to get much worse as the sun sets. Parking a near impossibility on the 7 square miles of prime real estate for Super Bowl 41. 400 Miami Beach cops will keep the peace in what is a logistical nightmare for emergency respondents and a level 1 security threat for the FBI.
We've been practicing it now since 2002. We've had a little bit of time to figure out how do you handle massive amounts of crowds and traffic.
Thank you so much. But this weekend, for many, all about making money, even if you're an already chic restaurant.
A lot of the guys come here all the time. A lot of the football players are good friends of mine, so, you know, we're always busy with them coming here anyway.
Super Bowl 41 expected to generate $195 million in Broward, Miami-Dade, and Palm Beach counties. By the way, Bears fans so far outnumber Colts fans, but they have a message for the Windy City.
Hello, Bears! Hello, Bears! Bears! The Bears 84, Indianapolis 1.
And the game's going to be Colts, we got 33-24.
Speaking of messages, Miami Beach tonight, the perfect place for thousands to get their message across. Whether you're shooting a promotional video on Collins Avenue, using the skies to target thousands more, or selling vodka on a sandcastle. Some just expressing themselves. I asked one of the world's fastest sprinters about walking on with the Dolphins next year.
If they could take a 45-year-old broken down old sprinter and work them in there with a brand new coach and all that kind of stuff, then maybe so.
But believe it or not, football not in the vocabulary of everyone in town this week, especially if you're a world-famous Victoria's Secret or Sports Illustrated supermodel.
Isn't there like a basketball game, or is it football?
Yeah, I'm thinking it's... All right, back out live and a view from Chopper 6 here on South Beach, and things are starting to get underway here. A parade, I believe it's a Miller Lite parade, and they're really getting loud out here now. By the way, the Guardian Angels, who became famous, I believe, in the late 70s, early 80s in New York City, keeping the New York City subways safe, they have made their presence known here. They marched by just a few minutes ago. They will help keep the peace. By the way, authorities are telling us that as of 7 a.m. Thursday, for the same time periods as Memorial Day, same number of arrests, but actually it's 150 arrests thus far for this Super Bowl Eve, 300 for Memorial Day, but the same number of calls to 911. We're live in Miami Beach. Carlos Figueroa, NBC6.
And the Colts and Bears just 24 hours away from kickoff right now. And meanwhile, a hometown football legend and former UM star is heading to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, while a former Dolphin, though, is passed up again. Adam Cooperstein is outside Dolphin Stadium with more team coverage of everything from Super Bowl 41. Adam.
Hey, Joe, I'll tell you what's new with the Colts and Bears in just a second. But first, there are 6 new Pro Football Hall of Famers. Michael Irvin is one of them. Bob Kuechenberg is not. Irvin, the former Dallas Cowboys wide receiver with a troubled past, gets voted in after falling short the past 2 years. He didn't seem to mind, though, since the announcement was made in the same area that his football career started. Irvin grew up in Fort Lauderdale, then played his college ball at UM. And joining him in the class of 2007, Bills running back Thurman Thomas, who briefly played for the Dolphins. Bruce Matthews, an offensive lineman, also gets in, along with Roger Worley, Charlie Sanders, and Gene Hickerson.
And when you think about something like the Hall of Fame, it's an honor that you cannot reach without playing on a bunch of great football teams and playing with a bunch of great guys. And I was fortunate to play on some great football teams.
We didn't win a Super Bowl, but this is my Super Bowl gift to the Bills fans for making it into the class of 2007 Pro Football Hall of Fame, because without the fans cheering us on and cheering me on, and this would not have been possible.
Now, as for the Super Bowl, which kicks off right here about 24 hours from now, both teams are just ready to get this thing underway. They had their final practices yesterday, their walkthroughs today, and there's only one thing left to do: play the game. Well, that and hope that nobody gets in trouble the night before the game. Joel, back to you.
Thanks, Adam. Hey, let's go back to Miami Beach for a second. Another reason traffic's a nightmare down there. There's a huge concert and party hosted by Jennifer Lopez and her husband, Mark Anthony. Sharon Lawson's live on South Beach with live team coverage of Super Bowl 41. So, Sharon, have you seen any celebrities yet?
I've been looking. I'm going to look some more right after this. Joel, it's going to be a star-studded event. That's why you got to wear your bling-bling and your shades, of course. Last night, it was the Magic City. Tonight, the stars will be shining bright right here on South Beach. Celebrities here for the Super Bowl and all the parties leading up to the big game. Take a look. We're here right now on the red carpet here on 7th and Ocean, where the stars are expected to arrive for an incredible live concert with Mark Anthony and his special guest, his wife, star Jennifer Lopez. Let's take a look at some video. Earlier today, crews started setting up for the concert, which will be performed on the Pontiac Garage stage. It's all part of the Ocean Drive magazine Market America Super 41 party. Mark Anthony will be singing 3 songs, followed by J-Lo with 3 songs, and then they will sing together. That's going to be great to see. Also gracing the stage, Fergie of the Black Eyed Peas. Now the stars will arrive here on the red carpet around 9, and then the party will get started. This concert will get started about 10 o'clock. Now this is a VIP event, so you may not be able to attend, but of course we got your backstage pass, and we'll have all of that coming up on South Florida tonight. Reporting live from South Beach, Sharon Lawson, NBC 6.
Sharon, you look great. Hey, if you could not get into the big bashes, log on to NBC6.net, our website, to go behind the velvet rope. Plus, you can read Hank Tester's take on why the Super Bowl is not about football at all. What in the world is he talking about? And a sneak peek at the Super Bowl ads. They're all there on NBC6.net. Hey, still to come right here at 6 o'clock, a chaotic scene and another deadly day in Iraq. We'll tell you what happened today. And the deadly strain of the bird flu is inching closer to the United States, now spreading on the other side of the Atlantic. And the Super Bowl is not all about the parties. We'll show you some athletes, or how some athletes spent their Saturday helping the community. It's all coming up. Stay with us.
Tonight's NBC6 primetime lineup is brought to you by your Southern Chevy dealers, home of the 2007 Motor Trend's Truck of the Year, the all-new Chevy Silverado.
Monday on Deal or No Macheto. Meet Giuseppe and a $2 million prize. Then an exceptional heroes, more spectacular revelations. And now you've met Claire's mommy. Wait till you meet Daddy. Plus, the Studio 60 that will have America buzzing.
Sugar lips.
Thank you. All new Deal, Heroes, and Studio 60. Monday on NBC.
Closed captioning on NBC6 is brought to you by Palmetto Ford. Voters looking for an F-150 or Super Duty. Palmetto Ford. We know trucks. 305-592-FORD.
A suicide truck bomber strikes a market in Baghdad, killing more than 120 people today. Many of the injured from the market blast were taken by pickup trucks to hospitals that were overwhelmed by the number of patients coming in. Baghdad's main emergency room was quickly filled and had to start refusing patients, asking ambulances to take them elsewhere. For more on today's blast and the latest news out of Iraq today, stay tuned. The NBC Nightly News starts at 6:30 tonight. Bird flu has killed thousands of turkeys on a commercial farm in Britain, that country's first mass outbreak of the disease that has killed more than 160 people worldwide. It's the first time the deadly H5N1 strain has been found on a British farm. Britain's Deputy Chief Veterinarian Officer says all 159,000 turkeys on the affected farm in eastern England will have to be killed. There's still much more news coming up here at 6 o'clock. The Super Bowl is bringing out some glamorous ladies. We'll take you inside the South Beach Fashion Show. That's coming up.
Planning your next career move? Log on to NBC6.net for the latest job openings at NBC6 and Telemundo 51, or call the toll-free job line at 1-877-5HR-JOB.
The National Football League and the group Rebuilding Together unite with a team of Miami Dolphins to revitalize a local boys and girls club. Today's event was part of the 12th annual kickoff to Rebuild. 10 NFL players helped with improvements at the Stephanus Boys and Girls Club up in Pompano Beach. Rebuilding Together is the nation's largest all-volunteer organization, and their goal is to preserve and revitalize homes and communities. A celebrity fashion show and brunch today at Saxford Avenue in Bal Harbor, all to help a charity. The 2007 EdgeTech Gridiron Glamour was hosted by actress Holly Robinson Peete, remember her, 21 Jump Street, and football player husband Rodney Peete. Also at the 9th annual charity fashion show, Alonzo Mourning and his wife Tracy Mourning. Today's show benefits their charities, the Holly Rod Foundation and the Honeyshine Mentoring Program.
And now, meteorologist John Gerard with NBC6 Weather Plus.
All right, and keeping with our football theme for tomorrow's Super Bowl, you know when you have a penalty on one team and a penalty on the other team at the same time, they call those offsetting penalties. Turns out to be just no penalty at all because one kind of balances off the other. Right now, we've got an offsetting weather pattern. Northeasterly winds on one side of our front, southwesterly winds on the other side of the front. So one side of the front is trying to pump in drier air, the other side trying to pump in moisture. The two kind of offsetting each other right now, and that's why we have just clouds but no rain. Now, tomorrow, one or the other may become more dominant. If that's the case, we could get a lot of rain or hardly any rain. And you think, all right, Gerard, here we are the day before, make up your mind. But we're just going to forecast some rain at this point. Not a lot, just some. We're going to think optimistically. 80 is our high for the day today. 71 was the low. So really a pretty warm day again. 77 and 60 are the normals this time of the year. And if you got up early this morning, you saw a lot of this. You probably didn't see much of anything. It was very foggy out there. That's what you saw. This is the fog as it looked from our Bank of America cam downtown. Some of the buildings being obscured by that poor visibility. The dense fog advisory didn't expire till about 10 o'clock. Then it was a pretty nice day. Lots of clouds, but a nice, drier than expected day today. Now, showers still likely for the Super Bowl. The front hasn't pushed far enough south. A cooler than normal week is also coming up. 71 in Miami right now, 70 in Fort Lauderdale. Key West currently 72, 71 in Opelika, 69 in Kendall. Mostly cloudy skies across the entire state. Not just here, but as far as we can see, it's cloudy. And our rain forecast between tonight and through the 6 p.m. hour tomorrow, indicating we have a chance of rain across central and south Florida before moving out on Monday. But will it become intense as far as the rain goes? We'll look at the rainfall totals according to our computers between tonight and Monday about noon. We do have some accumulating rainfall, but the darker colors indicating where there will be blotches of heavier rain. Looks like it'll stay just off the coast. So probably about 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch. Hopefully that will not be falling during the game, maybe before, maybe after. Breezy, scattered showers tonight, 64. A moderate chop with a windy day on tap for tomorrow. Cloudy and breezy, showers likely tomorrow, 74. Showers will come and go. It's not going to rain all day tomorrow. Then clearing and cooler Monday and Tuesday. Next week looks like it'll be much cooler than what we've had over the past few days. The news continues after this.
NBC6 Weather Plus Doppler Radar is brought to you by the Miccosukee Tribe of Indians of Florida.
Hey, Adam Cooperstein here live at Dolphin Stadium, where at this exact time tomorrow, this place right here is going to be rocking as the Colts and Bears kick off Super Bowl 41 here in South Florida. The teams put their wrap-ups and the final preparations today with walkthrough. Chicago holding its walkthrough and kind of putting the rest of that game plan in place over at Dolphin Stadium, while Indy held its walkthrough at the Dolphins training facility where they've been practicing all week long. And, you know, tomorrow night, all eyes are going to be on quarterback Peyton Manning, but he says he's not going in this one alone.
This is not a personal mission in any way for me. I mean, this is a mission for our team, the Colts, and for Coach Dungy, our leader, to come down here and try to play good football and try to get a win.
All right, former Cowboys wide receiver Michael Irvin has gotten plenty of second chances in his life, but when it comes to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, the third time is the charm. Irvin elected into the Hall by the voters, and while he is best known for the championships he won in Dallas with those Cowboys, there's no denying that South Florida had a strong influence on his soon-to-be Hall of Fame career.
As far as the University of Miami, it's an honor anytime I can represent such a fine university. And I love the University of Miami. I know it comes out in my commentary just a little bit. But I love it for everything that they stand for, and I'm proud to see that my old roommate Randy Shannon now is leading, is the head coach over there.
Former Dolphin Bob Kuechenberg did not make the list, by the way. Now in hoops, Dwayne Wade pulling a day-night doubleheader of sorts as his Heat get set to take on the Bucks in Milwaukee tonight at the same place where earlier in the day his jersey was retired. Yep, Wade's Marquette jersey, that number 3, raised at halftime of the Golden Eagles game against Providence. Wade said he was humbled by the honor, especially because he left Marquette early for the NBA, and they don't usually do this for players who don't finish school, but then again, most players aren't Dwayne Wade.
As I sit here and I try to savor this moment, I can't do nothing but reminisce and think about my time at Marquette and the special times I spent with my teammates, my coaches, and all the special time we spent in this Bradley Center.
Well, as busy as Wade is these days, he's not too busy to watch his hometown team in the Super Bowl. Flash is from Chicago, so he's pulling for the Bears, and thanks to a friendly NBA schedule, he'll even get to take his 5-year-old son to the game right here at Dolphin Stadium.
I think it's going to be a great game. Of course, I can come and say we're going to do this and that, but no, we're going against a great team in Indiana Coast. Of course, one of the best quarterbacks ever in Peyton Manning. It's going to be a great game, but, I think we're going to come out on top. I'm predicting a 24-21 win,
All right, the Miami Hurricanes are back in the court tonight as they take on Virginia at 8 p.m. Meanwhile, Florida playing right now against Tennessee this afternoon. That game just finishing up. And here we go, number 1 ranked Gators taking on the conference rivals from Tennessee. First half action, Corey Brewer at the dish to Al Horford, slams it down. Florida's up 15, still in the first. Joakim Noah posting up, misses the shot, but follows up the miss with a tip-in. Gators up 23 at that point, dominating in the first half. Second half, Corey Brewer on the fast break with the layup plus the foul. Gators roll 94-78. All right, NFL golf tournament over at Doral. This one for charity. Lots of celebrities on hand for this one as well. And, some of the celebrities, well, this is why they're not pro golfers. Although that's a pretty decent putt right there. Watch it. Oh, well, maybe not. Doesn't actually go in. Good times over there. That is all for sports here from Dolphin Stadium. We will toss back to Joel in the studio. Joel, back to you.
Thank you, Adam. Hey, how would you like to get back some of the money you've been paying on your phone bills for years? It's a phone tax we've all been paying since the turn of the century. You'll be shocked to hear what you've been paying for. Now you can get that money back, up to hundreds of dollars. I'll show you how tonight on the news at 11 o'clock. That is the NBC6 News at 6 for now. The nightly news is coming up next. Don't forget, for news, weather, sports information 24 hours a day, just log on to NBC6.net. That's our website. Have a great night, everyone. We'll see you tonight at 11 o'clock on South Florida Tonight.